Danielle Banks, the Weather Channel, here with you all night to make sure that you and your family stay safe. That is the name of the game in this industry. It's why we get into this business, to keep you ahead of these dangerous conditions. Here's a look at what is ahead for you. We are going to be breaking down the timing of the severe weather and the tornado threat, which continues, plus the blizzard and the near blizzard conditions also continuing from Winter Storm Seneca. We've already seen some incredible snowfall. We've got more to come, and if that wasn't enough, the winds are going to be impressive, really gusting above 50 miles per hour. Obviously, you get into these 70, 80, and even some 90 mile per hour reports, Mark, and it's just incredibly dangerous, can do so much damage.
Yeah, straight line wind damage has been the key tonight. In fact, there's a huge swath of the country that we're still looking for at least conducive conditions for severe weather, from the Great Lakes to the Gulf Coast and just about everywhere in between. So going north to south here, we're going to outline the general threat first, and we've got a severe thunderstorm watch until 6 a.m. from Cleveland to Charleston, West Virginia. South of there, still a portion of a tornado watch until 5 a.m. from eastern Kentucky into North Georgia. South of that, a severe thunderstorm watch. This is the newest watch that has come out all the way until 8 a.m. For Atlanta, Montgomery, Albany, down through Pensacola, and just outside Tallahassee. And then into southeastern Louisiana, a tornado watch has been locally extended across portions of the area until 3 a.m. because the storms are still rolling on through as we speak. Now, some of the latest active storms have actually been down around the New Orleans area. Here's the current condition in New Orleans. 72 degrees, thunderstorms, winds that are gusting to 37 miles per hour. That is the current observation. That said, we saw around the Superdome a wind gust close to 60 miles per hour, and it's with these storms that they're racing on through. Granted, now some of the worst of the wind is already through New Orleans downtown and through the French Quarter, but anywhere south and east of there, you still got a lot of wind on the way. You can actually see the gust front. You can see that line of wind. This is a different view using the radar. It's called the velocity view instead of the way to see the heavy rain. This is the way to see the motion of that rain, and we can time out those gusty winds over the next several minutes here. So they're really racing. It won't be long now before they're right on top of you in these cities. And yeah, there's a lot of water through here, and that makes those winds last even a little bit longer. So it's something to watch, that's for sure. Here's Alabama, where the rain is coming down in buckets. It is really coming down gangbusters in Birmingham. In towards North Georgia, we've got some severe weather now as well. This area doesn't have a severe storm through Rome, but there's very gusty winds being indicated here by the shape of the rain. And then over towards Dalton, I should say, the gusty winds went through I-75, now through Dalton, Murray, and Whitfield counties until 2:45. Wind gusts here close to 60 miles per hour, looking likely still. Here's the timeline for you. We're watching those storms racing on off towards the east between 4 and 8 a.m. in the darker yellow. You get the brownish color from the morning hours, the morning commute and onward. And really, we're going to see that severe threat all the way into the afternoon of Friday, where the severe storms will be from, let's say Atlantic City all the way down through central Florida. You've got at least a risk of severe weather. There is going to be at least a chance of some rotation as well in these storms. So tornado threat again tomorrow, a 5 out of 10 on the Torcon scale, which means a 50% chance of seeing a tornado within 50 miles of any point in eastern North Carolina. Here's Jacksonville, and in the late morning, it will feel like summer. Humid, sticky, winds increasing, maybe even a thunderstorm in the early morning hours. But the main event comes in the early afternoon. Strong to severe storms with a lot of wind and a lot of rain. So that's what we're anticipating in the Jacksonville area. And to get an idea of what's coming in Jacksonville, you have to know of what happened already, like across Tennessee, where Jim Cantori joins us from Nashville.
We're going to pick up where we left off once we moved our coverage inside the Country Music Hall of Fame here. Inside the doors, out over the overhang, and now outside in the rain here. Of course, it's fine to be out here now. This is just what we call stratiform rain, the rain that's behind the main squall line. It can sometimes be heavy. It can be accompanied by lightning, mainly in the cloud as the main squall moves out of the east, which it has tonight. But I'll tell you, right around 7:30 local time, right up until 8 o'clock, it was a wild scene here. Let me take you back. You can see the lightning. You can hear the sirens going off in downtown Nashville, even though our warnings were mainly on the northeast side of the city and also the southeast side of the city, where we understand there have been reports of trees and power lines down. As a matter of fact, NES Nashville Electric Service reports 4,000 customers without power with the squall line as it's moved on through. That number has remained steady, and hopefully will start going down once they get that service back on, because it is going to get cold by tomorrow morning. Temperatures going down into the low 40s, possibly even the upper 30s in some of the outlying areas. So again, Sumner, Williamson, Davidson, and Rutherford counties all dealing with a major blow tonight with this squall line coming through. Obviously, it could have been a lot worse if we had a long-lived tornado that moved through this area, but that was not the case. Mainly damaging winds from straight-line winds, but they gusted over 80 miles per hour in both Williamson and Sumner counties. Sumner gusting to 86 miles per hour. Williamson gusting to 92 miles per hour as measured by storm spotters. So that's pretty intense, regardless of the fact that we had a tornado. So once the squall line moved through about 8 o'clock, we watched our threat pass off to the southeast by about 8:30. Down in Murfreesboro, where Reynolds Wolf has been with our live view, you can see the same situation. Heavy rain, almost continuous lightning there. Dangerous lightning. So safe, certainly, inside an automobile, being able to view it through the window with live view and actually bringing it to you live as we did throughout the night here on the Weather Channel. So from this point, after a record time, 78 degrees today here in Nashville, it is all downhill. We go to 40 tomorrow morning, and we stay cool, but the real chill comes toward the early and middle part of next week. Today, 78. Next Wednesday, we'll be lucky to get to 28. Reporting from the heart of Music City, I'm meteorologist Jim Cantori.
Thank you so much, Jim. Heavy snow causing part of a store roof to come crashing down, collapsing in Eau Claire.